Hi, this is Scott from Sore Kinetics. Today we're going to work on our biceps. We're calling this one Bigger Bis in 20 minutes with 20-pound dumbbells. Okay, this is all you need. These are my new dumbbells from a company called Nubels. What makes these dumbbells great is that the weight is distributed around your hand. So there's a lot you can do with these dumbbells that you can't do with regular dumbbells. And if you don't have dumbbells like these, then I would recommend for what I'm going to show you to maybe do 25s, also have some 20s and some 15s. Have something that you could pyramid with, something that's heavy for you, not too heavy, but that's a little bit challenging, and then maybe a little bit less weight that you can pyramid down to. So your biceps have two functions. It's very simple. To bring your palm to your shoulder, and then to twist your hand, okay? That's it. So people that you see in the gym that are doing all these fancy exercises, they're pulling from up here, they're standing on their head on a Bosu doing weird angled bicep curls, it's not necessary. The truth is your bicep has two functions. You need to do curls, maybe switch up the reps, the speed of those reps, the amount of weight you're lifting, and that's about it. Other than that, there are other factors that will determine how big your biceps are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these Nubels and I'm going to make them heavier by making them extend farther away from my hands, just like this. And all I'm doing is a curl. And I want you to notice the size of my biceps right now and what's going to happen to my biceps in the next 10 minutes. Of course, you're not going to see all 10 of those minutes. We're going to keep this video a little bit abbreviated. Simple curl. I'm keeping my elbows in, and I'm making the weight actually feel heavier than 20 pounds. I'm going to do as many reps as I can do with good form. Already burning, keeping my elbows in tight. Now remember, the whole point is to pull as much blood as possible into the muscle that I'm working, okay? And the biceps are actually a smaller muscle group. If you look at it right here, it's 1/3 of my arm, okay? 2/3 is going to be the tricep, okay? So the smaller the muscle, the less amount of weight you're going to need to achieve hypertrophy. So if we're talking about my thighs or my glutes, you're going to need to go a little bit heavier. For the biceps, I don't need that much weight. So many people lift too much weight for their biceps, especially a lot of the kids I see out there working out. When I was younger, I caused injuries in my brachialis. My forearms, to a degree, still hurt because of the damage that I did to them when I was a kid. All right, getting right back to it. So because I was talking so much there, I missed a step. I'm going to work those biceps. I'm going to squeeze. How quick can you keep your reps while still keeping good form, and they're already burning? All right, so there's a set, and now after the set, I want to work on getting even more blood into those muscles. I'm going to flex, okay, right here. I'm working on the peak of the bicep, getting that blood in there. Let's call this a continued set. I'm going to get my elbows back. Now I'm going to work on this portion of the bicep. So I'm squeezing, I'm just trying to get that blood in there. All right, now I want to recover before my next set. We want to wait about 30 seconds, and then it'll be time for our next set. I'm only going to do one more set at that weight. One more set. All these videos, people working out, they're always telling you things like make sure you switch it up all the time. I actually don't want you to switch it up. I want you to know what you're doing, teach your muscles what you're trying to make them do. And I want you to keep the same workout for a couple of months, especially if you're trying to grow. Your body needs to know what it's trying to do. Then change it up. If you reach a stalemate, if your body hits a plateau, nothing's happening, now it's time to change it up. But for a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months, if you're trying to make something happen with your muscles, make sure it understands what you're trying to make it do. Now I'm going to grab these dumbbells, and I'm going to grab them from the handles. I just made them a little lighter, so if you have sets of dumbbells, now it's time to go a little lighter. Remember what I said earlier about the twisting function. We'll start twisting on the next set. Okay, starting to get tired already. Let me start using the cheat principle. Throw a couple up and down slow. All right, I'm pumping a lot of blood in there. And what'd we say? Continue that work, continue that set. Get the blood in there. This is what Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do between his sets. Get as much blood in there as humanly possible. And now we wait. So, something else to consider when you're talking about taking a part of the body and making it grow is understanding that the whole body works together. So, your biceps will not grow if you're not also making your triceps grow and making your shoulders grow. Your biceps and your triceps are attached to your shoulder. You're not going to have big arms and have these small shoulders. It all works together. So make sure you're doing your shoulder work, you're getting the front delts, the medial delts, the rear delts, the entire shoulder. Get that rounded shoulder. We don't want to see anybody hunched over like that. You want to work the triceps. You need to do it all. You need to work the forearms to make your biceps grow. All right. This is getting heavy. I'm going to start twisting now. Pulling my elbows forward just a little bit more here. Already getting tired. And now I'm going to cheat a little bit, down slow. Cheat a little bit, down slow. Cheat during the concentric, and down slow during the eccentric. All right. We're continuing that set. Get that blood in there. It's all about how much muscle, how much blood you can get in those muscles. All right. And now just to abbreviate a little bit, we're going to go right to the next one. And I'm going to make this weigh a little bit less. Cheat a little bit, down slow. Cheat a little bit, down slow. Continue that set. This is called manual training. When you or a partner is creating some resistance just with body weight, with your own hand or your forearm. Now we're heading towards the end here. I'd like you to do at least 3 sets of each weight, but we're doing till failure each time. And then after some of those sets, we're taking it a little bit further. You should really do that in the closing sets, so you still have some room left and some energy left for the sets as they continue throughout the workout. And then at the end, that's when you start doing those cheat reps. So we'll do one more. We'll do plenty of cheat reps here. And then we're going to do holds. Okay. Remember my 3 twisting sets were in the middle. Oh, all right. We're going to cheat now. And we're going to hold. We're going to do one more. more. Some final squeezes. And now, take a look at what my bicep looks like in comparison to what it was like just in the beginning of the workout. Okay, you can see I've pumped as much blood as possible in there, and they're going to swell, and I'm going to feel it tomorrow. It took less than 20 minutes. All right. So of course, when it comes to biceps, I'm not saying keep it so simple that all you're doing is a curl, you don't change anything up. You could keep your elbows back like this. You could come forward. You could change the speed. You could change the speed and make it real slow. But again, I would suggest keeping it simple and not going too heavy. And I would just think about pumping as much blood as humanly possible in the muscle group that you're trying to work on that given day. And another point, you have to know your own body, okay? So biceps are a perfect example. Understand where the insertion point is for you, okay? For me, I have a high insertion point. So again, if you look at my bicep, okay, it's all the way up here. There's all this space down here, okay? When I'm down here, of course right now it's filled with blood, so it looks like it comes down a little further than it does, but a lot of people, their bicep comes all the way down and it hangs out of that t-shirt. For me, I have a medium or a higher insertion point, which means I want to stay right around there and do my curls. When I come all the way down here, from here to here, I'm working on my forearms. So many people have lifted too much weight, they come all the way down every time, and they're working here, they end up getting injuries here. If your insertion starts higher up, focus on this part, focus on that part. Focus on the top squeeze. Also, do incline curls. Get on an incline bench, put your elbows back, and you're focusing on the upper part. If you focus up here, you'll work here as well, but you won't stress here. If your biceps are full at the bottom and they come all the way down, well then you can do hammer curls. There's all kinds of curls you can do. But you got to know where your insertion point is and use what you've got. Some people have biceps that start real high and they try to instead build down here and get them to be much lower, but it doesn't work that way. You can't turn your muscles into something they're not. This has been Scott from Kinetics. I'll see you next time.